What's up guys, it's Paralyzar, and today I am making a small announcement video and also a bit of a guide for those of you that have been asking about my keybinds and about my macros and whatnot. Basically, the announcement is that I left RMAC I joined MGN Gaming. So you might know them from Freedom TVA. They're an off-brand of that, and they sponsor teams like Team Solo Mid that was announced today. But for now, this is our WoW Guild, my gaming network. And if you'd like to join, the only requirement is that you be 2K CR. Also, remember that clicking in the link below, you can go apply for Freedom TV. You can apply to join their partnership program, and that will enable you to start making some money, making your YouTube videos. I don't know if there's any big requirements to join the Freedom Network. I just think you have to apply and be active making videos. So why don't you guys go ahead and try that. But for the WoW Guild, again, it is 2KCR. But that's not entirely what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about what macros and keybinds I do. So it's as simple as looking at my list here of what keybinds I use. The only thing that's not really on here, you'll notice that mine are a bit different from some other people's. I took a lot of my stuff from Mystic, if you remember that rep pally. The idea of multi-crossing this and setting them up so it's like Shift C, Shift V for sacrifice, and then Control 3, Control 4 for flash of light. Now I didn't take that entirely from him. I just took the idea of lining them up in your bars like this. Makes it nice to look at. Now these macros are very common. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go through them so you can see. First, you will need a cancelaura macro. You want this separate from your bubble. I used to do that quite a bit, and it was definitely something that could kill you. So you would have cancelaura, hand of protection, cancelaura, divine shield. That's necessary. You should have that. Your execution sentence macro, which instead of my name, it will be your name here, and you can just type execution sentence there, and make sure you're doing your brackets and all that. Then your burst macro. That would be cast Avenging Wrath / cast Holy Avenger / use Primal Combatant's Badge of Adaption, and then Hammer of Wrath, obviously. And why is that? So when you press your burst, you're instantly getting Hammer of Wrath out. There's no, even a 0.5 second downtime is a loss of DPS. So make sure you're using that. Your Word of Glory macro. Now you'll need this for 1 and 2. As you can see, I have mine for party 1 and then party 2. So that'll just be /cast bracket target equals party 2 bracket Word of Glory. Make sure you're spacing and all that. You'll need that for Word of Glory. You'll need it for Hand of Protection, party 1 and party 2. Now, what you can do is if you're not used to party macros and you get confused when you're in the game, is just put the names in there. That's what I'll end up doing if I find a team I want to play with consistently. So what I did was, like, I was playing with a Death Knight for a while. His name was Onyx. You might have seen him in some of my other videos. So I'd put his name here instead of party 1. Then you would need a flash of light for each player on your team. So again, it would be 2. I don't really macro for 5s or RBGs or anything like that. I just set priority in the list. So like if I'm playing with if I'm doing RBGs and I know my healer's gonna get trained, I'm gonna obviously put his name in here rather than have party 1 or my 3's teammate. So yeah, let me restart that. You're gonna need one for Word of Glory. You're gonna need one for Hand of Protection. One for Flash of Light. That's all I'm looking at right now. Yeah, and Hand of Freedom. I don't know if I just said that one yet. We'll put party 1 in here now. Just for some reason I put X. I think it's just because I was making my macros. And I was in a bit of a hurry. So, yeah, you'll put party 1, party 2, as I just did. Make sure all these are good. Yeah, we're good to go. Now, again, the biggest thing with, I think a lot of Helms have trouble with is being able to press these buttons like quickly. For me, Shift C is very easy to press. I'm really used to that. For you, that might not be. So it might be something you're going to want to go ahead and make something else. So maybe it's easier for you to control 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's easier for you to do that than Shift C and V, because you do want to be able to press them pretty quickly. So if your healer gets CC'd, you can press it almost instantly. You know, as soon as he gets trapped, you should be ready to get it off. Having that, and then the next one. So if you're, I don't know how to say it exactly. If your Hand of Sacrifice is Control 2 for your healer, it should be Control 3 for your DPS. So it's like, oh, okay. Control 2. Now, granted, you won't be sacrificing your DPS quite a bit. It's not going to happen. Mostly, that'll be strictly for your healer. For me, you might notice Shift 1, 2, 3 are my freedom. Shift 3 is for me. Shift 2 for my DPS, and Shift 1 for my healer. because that's easy for me to press. Control 3 and 4, those are my heals. Control 3 for my DPS, Control 4 for my healer. And you'll notice that the ones that are on top are all for my healers, are all for my healer. The ones on the bottom are all for my DPS. Again, that self-execution macro should be on something easy to press because you will do that a lot. And I've been working in Holy Prism a bit. I've been working in a bit and then trying it, and I'm not sure I like it more than execution sentence. I actually think I like execution sentence more, but we'll see. So yeah, make sure you're using those, and you'll notice this little goofy macro I have here that's called sail. I don't know why I named it that. I have some random macros in here for other classes. Again, if you're using Holy Prism, you should have a target equals your name, Holy Prism. That's, obvious. Focus kick macros, and you can put the hashtag show tooltip rebuke. You don't have to. You can just type in rebuke or just do it manually. So yeah, you'll need that. And then your focus Hodges, you will need those. I have mine, they're hidden over here. So that'll be like 1, 2, or 1, 2, and 3. So, and them should be easy. Mine's alt 1, 2, 3. So there's that. You can delete this. You don't want to use that macro. Your cleanse macros, which are important. Again, mine are like, I don't know what they're over here somewhere. But yeah, that'll just be target equals cleanse. Or not target equals, it'll be target like this. I don't know why they didn't say it properly, but it'll be like target equals paralyzer. And bracket cleanse, just like all the other ones. But you would do that for your teammates instead. These are the old start attack macros. I don't even think you can use them anymore. But the big ones that I was looking for are your arena focus macros. You'll need this because you'll be using a focus Hodge macro like this. / cast target equals focus fist of justice. So your focus macros are / focus at arena 1, at arena 2, at arena 3, and you should have them. Mine are scroll up, or shift scroll up, shift scroll down, or no, scroll up, scroll down, shift scroll down, I think, or shift scroll up. Yeah, shift scroll up. So up, down, shift scroll up. Them are my target macros. I like them. I've used them for a couple months now. I wasn't ever doing it before I was clicking, and I feel like it's a big upgrade from clicking. So a lot of people I know actually still click, and some of them are pretty irrated. Not any abilities, but they click focus, and it's a little weird. I don't use any target macros, so I don't like target 1, 2, 3. I just I'll tab for the main part. That's the majority of what I do for targeting. It's nothing like spectacular, but it works for me. I like it. But yeah, that macro sail. Where is that? Right here. So that's Seal of Truth and Seal of Justice, and that's for using empowered seals. If you guys watched my last video, so what I would do is I would like start hitting with this. Like I would have Seal of Truth active, and the reason I would do that is for the attack power. So I would go through like a small rotation, and then I would be like, okay, we're bursting, switch to Seal of Truth, pop cooldowns, because then it makes it so they couldn't run away. Because if you remember right, when you weren't using Burden of Guilt with Empowered Seals. I don't know why. I started using it regardless of having Empowered Seals or not. But the big thing is, like, now also, I'll go over some glyphs too, is like Hand of Freedom is really important, but it's not completely necessary. Sometimes what I'll do is I won't use Hand of Freedom and I'll replace it with Divine Shield. Or I won't use Burden of Guilt and replace that with Divine Shield. It depends on what I'm playing against. But the other one is Divine Protection. So like sometimes, like say I'm playing with Ret, DK, Priest, and I know they're gonna target me because they're playing like Mage, whatever. I don't know, anything really with dots. It's really nice to have Divine Shield because you heal for a lot, or anything that can remove bubble. So say you're playing like PHP versus PHP, and they're gonna target you, and you know they can remove your bubble. What you'll do is you'll run Glyph of Divine Shield in place of Hand of Freedom, and you'll do that. So when they do MD you, you're at pretty much full HP because you heal for a good bit. So yeah, that's really nice. None of the other glyphs really matter right now. I don't think. Glyph of Divine Storm is pretty shit. Flash of Light's okay, but it's not worth replacing any of these with. Yeah, that would be about it. Word of Glory used to be decent, but I don't think it's worth it now. I think Burden of Guilt, if you've been watching Vanguards on Twitch at all, which you should be, because he's a really good rep pally, and he's really good to learn from. He does not use it. He uses these glyphs, mostly, and you'll switch out Divine Shield and Divine Protection if needed. A lot of times against, like, mages and shit, this is really important, obviously, but sometimes you won't use it, because you can use Divine Shield, and that'll help keep you alive, say they're playing with a Priest. Comps I'm running right now, the only ones that I've really tried are PHP and Vanguards, Scumbag Lord, but basically, I hear Ret Resto Druid Hunter is really good, and Ret Resto Druid DK is okay. If I'm gonna play Ret Resto Hunter, for me, I'd personally rather have a priest because of all the comps you're gonna play where you need bubble removal or block removal. I'd just much rather have a priest for that sequence alone, just because it's so important to have that. But for a lot of other reasons, Resto Druid's much better. So it's completely up to you. Yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today. I hope that this helps some of you guys out. Remember, I'll say this really quickly, cleanse and emancipate are really important. So make sure you're using those. Shift 4 is my cleanse, R is my emancipate. You should really have them on quick to use buttons. If I forgot anything, just leave it in the comments and I'll for sure message you back. If I did forget something, make sure you check the comments that I didn't already answer someone about it. So yeah, that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Peace. Sit back and watch you move and I'll proceed to